All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fight Media coming at you with another video, and it's time to bring on that boxing, baby. And today we're going to be talking about Devin Haney and a potential matchup against Vasily Lomachenko, the technician. Um, Loma is known as one of the most talented fighters in the world in the sport of boxing today. He's known for his angles, his footwork. He's a pure. He was taught how to dance. I believe it was some sort of Russian. Some form of traditional dance that kind of helped with his footwork and is a big contributor to why he's so special and his footwork and specifically with his footwork and how it would his stylistic um, his style in terms of boxing would match up against that of Devin Haney. Devin Haney is obviously the undisputed champion at 135 pounds. Went to Australia, beat George Kambosos, the former champion, and took his belts in his own backyard. So much respect to him. Vasily obviously coming off that loss to Teofimo Lopez and then winning an impressive victory, a stoppage win over Nakatani. Um, there's a lot of there was a lot of doubt after the Teofimo fight if Vasily Lomachenko was the fighter that everybody made him out to be. And I think against Nakatani, he proved that he was that and maybe even more. That was probably one of the best Lomachenko performances I've seen in a long time. You know, he was just confusing Nakatani, who's a relatively durable and tough test. You know, and Vasily passed that test with flying colors. Um, so let's talk more about Lomachenko and Devin Haney if they were to get into the ring. Obviously, Devin Haney is with Matchroom. He's more DAZN, and then you have Lomachenko, who's like Top Rank, ESPN. So I think they could still make that fight happen. It's just there would be a lot of the politics of boxing and the business side getting in the way. But once they're able to get over that hump, easier said than done. I feel like this would be a great fight for boxing. I think nobody would really disagree with me on that if that's an obvious statement. Devin Haney, he's also one of the best fighters with the highest IQ in the sport of boxing right now. You rarely see him hurt. You've seen maybe performances you weren't satisfied with or maybe were boring to you, but to real boxing fans, you love to see a great display of boxing. You're never really mad at it. If you're maybe more of like a fight fan where you want to see somebody hurt, you want to see someone get knocked out. We all want to see that, but it's not always all we're looking for. Maybe Devin Haney's not the most fun. Maybe Devin Haney's not the most fun fighter to watch for you. Maybe you lean more towards a Lomachenko in terms of who you're rooting for, who you want to win the fight. But when it comes down to straight up boxer versus boxer, I think Devin Haney has the edge against a guy like Lomachenko. He's a very disciplined fighter as opposed to a guy like Vasily Lomachenko, who has shown a lot of respect to guys like Teofimo Lopez in the ring, which it's not always a good sign if you can't get around a guy's power. And then you may say, oh, Devin Haney doesn't have the power that Teofimo Lopez has. Fair argument, but at the same time, I think Teofimo isn't half as good a boxer as Devin Haney. I'd still love to see a Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez matchup in the future, just because we've seen Devin Haney hurt against Jorge Linares, and if Teofimo lands that kind of shot, would Devin Haney be able to take it? Those are questions we still want to see. We've seen Devin Haney kind of lose his legs, but we've also seen Lomachenko, in a lot of trouble against guys like Linares, guys like Luke Campbell, even though he beat these guys, and then obviously the Teofimo fight. But if we look to see Devin Haney kind of like use his piston like jab, his long jab, it's usually the story of fights. He understands when to get in range, when to be slippery, and he is a very slippery fighter, Devin Haney. But you can't count out the elements of Vasily Lomachenko always being able to use his footwork and pivot and turn at certain angles. Obviously, Teofimo Lopez and his father studied that well and kind of neutralized Lomachenko's style in that fight a few years back. But will Devin Haney be able to do the same? Will he do it even better? We don't know. I think Devin Haney kind of puts on a clinic. I think he's too long. He's the taller guy. The reach is big in boxing, and I think Devin Haney might even have a higher IQ. So I lean more towards the Devin Haney decision. I don't think he stops Lomachenko. I give it about like I still think it's a 55-45 fight just because Lomachenko's the angles are so confusing. He punch when he'll go off to the side and hit you with another shot that you didn't see coming. But Devin Haney is a very defensive and conservative fighter, so I don't see it being much of a problem for him. It's just something to kind of keep an eye on because in the sport of boxing, things are unpredictable. You get hit with shots, and even the best like Floyd, or if you want to talk about a more up and coming, not even up and coming, he's already known, but a Shakur Stevenson, he still get hit with shots, but they continue to attack that adversity and come out with the wins. So I lean towards more Devin Haney unanimous decision win. But obviously I see this fight going the distance. This is one of those fights that I could definitely see going the distance unless Lomachenko lands something crazy and it really hurts Devin Haney. But I don't see Devin Haney stopping Lomachenko. Lomachenko's too tough. He's also very smart. He knows how to get out of the way of punches, and he also has the ability to be very cautious, and I expect him to do that against the opponent of caliber like Devin Haney. So this is a fight that would really be a chess match. A lot of people might say, oh, this is going to end up being a boring fight, and I'd say maybe to you, but I never think that a Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight would be boring. Maybe if you're looking for a knockout, maybe if that's your standards of a boring fight, then maybe not. But to each their own. I think this would be a great fight. I think any boxing fan would tune in, even if they think it's going to be a boring fight, just because these guys would kind of see who's the top dog, and it would just elevate the winner even more. So yeah, comment below who you guys think would win this matchup, Lomachenko or Devin Haney, the undisputed champion at 135 pounds. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're new and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Just hit the button. It's not that hard. But thank you guys for the constant support, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.